In today's thrift store challenge, we will be headed off to Anthropologie to get loads of inspiration, both for the holidays and just for year round. And then we're gonna take that inspiration with us to the thrift store and see what we can come up with for a whole lot less. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Starting off by just finishing up some of our holiday decorating. So many beautiful, full, real options that are very expensive. And I understand the price of them a little bit more because a lot of these are preserved, so they are meant to last you, but not everybody can afford almost $150 for one garland.
So if you guys did not see part one of this year's Christmas decorating, we just basically did the tree and a little bit of the entryway, some garland hacks for your stair rail. So now this is all of the garland I have. I have two more places in my house that I want to add garland. And that's above my window in my kitchen and of course the fireplace. So I thrifted everything you see here, all from the Goodwill bins. So we're talking like less than $5 for all of this. And then this is what I picked up from Mac.bit. So these are just picks. So I think I paid $7 and I have 3 boxes of these. These ones I just took out of the box. But I mean, these can be anything. This can be a garland. This can be turned into a wreath. This can be used for vase filler. So if you see really great deals on things like that and you're like, oh, I don't really need any picks. Well, maybe you do, because you could turn that into a lot of different things, right? Even if you just add this to your existing garland.
So just as I did in part one, I like to take 2 of the garlands that are the same size, one better quality than the other, and then mix those together first before adding in any additional picks. I just like to space them out before I place them, as well as if you have a garland that's too short, you can just cut it down and then also space out those pieces as well, just as I did with this cedar garland. Unlike everybody else, maybe I'm doing something very wrong. I do not play with the command hooks, especially with heavy garland like this. I just go with a nail and some floral wire and you are good to go. But I still want that real element. So one thing I wanted to add were just these dried baby's breath. You can get these super affordably at your grocery store. I got maybe 2 packs for $7. Just broke those up and then also added pine cones that I literally just found outside. And I think even though it's not real garland, adding in those real elements makes it feel more realistic. Then for the stockings, I'm just gonna use the same stockings that I used last year, but I did want to add a little bit of embellishment to them. So I found these curtains at the Goodwill bins. I'm sure they were donated because they were faded in the creases, but I really just needed to cut them down so I could turn them into some long, just kind of dramatic bows to add to my stockings this year. Spending well under $30, I think I still was able to achieve a really luxe full look, but done so affordably by shopping secondhand. Moving along now to the window in my kitchen. So I found this really large scale wreath, and I definitely don't have a place or a use for it as a wreath, but because all of the pieces are already connected, just by cutting it down in the middle, now it becomes a really full lush garland. Just removed the lights that some were burnt anyway, and again just filled in with scrap floral, scrap garland, scrap picks from other wreaths that I found at the Goodwill bins, just to again give it that variation, give it a fuller look, but on a budget. Same deal to hang it, just small nails on either side with floral wire and you're good to go all season long. For the real component, I found this bag of mini pine cones, just decided to hot glue those in place, give it a more realistic look. Also, to give it a more realistic look, just went to my grocery store, grabbed these berries and cedar stems as well as pine stems, and I just added those into the garland as well. I tested them to see how they looked once they dried first, and the berries look great, but the leaves on the berries do not. So just separated the berries from the stems and added those into the garland as well. Again, well under $20, and I think you get a nice full look even if you're on a tight budget. Moving along now into your holiday tablescape, table setting ideas, Anthropologie has so many beautiful options, but you can also find all of the pieces you need to create a beautiful tablescape for this holiday season. Because my tree was really monochromatic, just playing with burgundies and reds, that was the scheme I also wanted to go with for my tablescape. So when I found this fabric here for $8, I was able to cut out 2 tablecloths from this one spool of fabric. I liked that it had almost like a linen quality, just keeping it really neutral. Just decided though to also fringe the ends. If you're not super into sewing, this is a really great no-sew option, simply by taking either a seam ripper or a fork and just lifting those threads out, pulling them through, and you'll get a nice fringed end. One thing I also wanted to have was some sort of a pattern. I contemplated buying this fabric here to create almost like a runner, but then when I was at Walmart, I came across this wrapping paper. And while I'm also going to use that as part of my wrapping scheme, I also really wanted to add this as almost like a table runner. So just laying all these pieces out together and steaming them just to remove as much of the wrinkles as possible. Again, sticking with that really monochromatic scheme, I found these at the Dollar General for just $2 a piece. For the plate settings, I'm just going to use my grandmother's china that she gifted to me. Now for napkins, napkin rings, things like that. One thing I've really realized about myself is I don't like to have things that are super seasonally specific, but one thing you can do is just the way you fold and arrange things can make it feel more seasonal, but I can still use these napkins and these napkin rings for every other holiday as well. Adding in these horn taper candles that I found from the Goodwill retail side, as well as this tinted glassware tray. If you love Anthropologie, incorporating some form of tinted glassware in any decorating scheme will get you closer to the look. Just adding in some greenery underneath that tray, as well as some fairy lights. In the center of the tray, I like to have something to snack on once dinner's over. I really like this idea to do some candied cranberries, just for sake of time though, just showing you some just cranberries in the center. It gives a nice like aromatic, beautiful look, but all of the pieces were either thrifted or dollar store, and I think it looks absolutely stunning on a super tight budget. One of my favorite, I guess, brands within Anthropologie is actually a company called Terrain, which is heavily focused in outdoor gardening and just really earthy, beautiful, unique, timeless pieces. But those come at a very hefty price tag. Starting off with planters. So for me personally, I prefer resin planters that look like terracotta instead of actual terracotta planters, and I'll tell you why. I've had so many terracotta planters break on me. We have extreme temperatures here in Ohio and they just don't seem to last the test of time, but usually all of my resin planters stay really nice and intact all year long, and I rarely have to replace them. One thing in this terrain category that I've really been wanting is a place for my husband and I. We usually start our seeds like late February, early March, and I wanted just like a really nice setup situation that looks nice enough to sit out. I ended up finding this terrarium plant stand here for just $15, and then I had a 35% off coupon. So the first thing I needed to do was just obviously remove all of the scratched and stained polycarbonate that was there to begin with. And if you didn't know, Lowe's will cut glass for you. So I still have some time, but my plan is to go to Lowe's, take my previous cuts that are stained and scratched, and just have them match them so they're nice, fresh, and new. Also just wanted to give it a fresh coat of paint before we add that glass in. So I'm just going to use this one here. This is the one I always use whenever I'm spray painting anything metal to prevent any rust. So now because I was able to save on the actual terrarium plant stand, I can choose to get the things that I really have been wanting. So one of the things that was on my list was a copper seed starter. We always just use the plastic ones and they're honestly fine, but I just wanted to see if using this made any difference in how the seeds start growing. Also wanted to get this really beautiful watering can. All of these pieces came from Etsy, so it's great to support small businesses when you can, and I know that these are just going to patina beautifully over time. To hold the seeds, our system isn't really so chic right now. It's basically just like tied in a rubber band in a plastic bag, and there's always seeds falling out. So I wanted to put them in this leather bound binder, and then you can get these sheets that you just put the seed packets inside of. You could also take it an extra step further and customize the seed packet, especially if you're giving this as a gift. You could also make matching garden tags to go along with the seeds that you're gifting. So if you have someone in your life like I do who loves to garden, this is a great gift idea this holiday season to get them started. Moving along more into our like indoor ceramics and vases and things like that, that is just something that you definitely don't need to buy at Anthropologie. You can find really beautiful pieces at the thrift store. For example, this one is originally from Williams-Sonoma, just needed to, remove the labeling, clean it off, and then it's just a matter of paint. Paint can change everything about a piece. I like to keep things pretty neutral over here, so I'm just gonna take some white chalk paint, mix that with some baking soda just to get that extra texture there. Apply it with a bristle brush, just make sure you're switching up the direction that you're painting. I probably ended up doing maybe like 4 coats total of the chalk paint mixed with the baking soda, just sanding gently in between each coat. And you can choose to leave it like this, or you could distress it further. Something like this at Anthropologie would cost a small fortune, and you just don't have to spend that if you're on a budget. If you really want to nail that Anthropologie style, one thing I definitely think you should incorporate more of is any sort of woven material, whether that be in your lighting or just in your decor in general, because it is all over the Anthropologie website, as well as in the store. So when I found this scalloped woven bowl that was in pretty good condition, I actually liked the tone that it was already. Found this sconce at the Goodwill retail side, so not the bins, the other side, and I'm just going to combine these two pieces together. You guys have seen me do this so many times just by simply, cutting out a small hole for obviously the light bulb component and then attaching this into the wall. And I think you have a really custom look, but on a super, like we're talking under $15 budget. Moving along now to lighting, one of the most unique and beautiful sections, I would say, through Anthropologie, but you can find really similar, really beautiful pieces at the thrift store if you go consistently. For example, I found this tassel chandelier, looks basically identical to the one from Anthropologie, but it was just $8. Definitely needed to be disinfected and refreshed. Of course, just doing so with a bristle brush, making them just a little bit more even throughout. Now, our plan as of now is we're probably going to start building in January. So because of that, every time I've been at the thrift store and I find lighting that I really love, that I know is way more expensive when you buy retail, and I feel like I could at least find 2 or 3 places to put it, I grab it when I can, because you don't know when you're going to see something like that again. Moving along now to furniture. So this is another area that gets so incredibly expensive when you're talking large scale mirrors and furniture pieces. My best advice is when you're going to the thrift store, try to keep an open mind in what something could be, because I think a lot of people see something, they think that's all it could ever be, so they leave it behind, but you can truthfully bring so many of these pieces back to life if you just spend a little bit of time and money. And one thing I think Anthropologie does really well is taking timeless materials like a honed marble, and then just keeping it feeling fresh and interesting with the shape. So when I found this marble piece here for just $10, I have to assume that it was originally some sort of a tabletop, and that is essentially what we're going to make it into again. Same day, went over to the bin side and I found this oval, like a snack tray table. So we're just going to combine these 2 pieces together. Now, this marble piece did have some slight staining on it, so you can either use a marble specific cleaner to try to really draw that stain out, or just create a paste with baking soda and water. But I would say it's more of an improvement than a complete fix. And again, this is totally personal preference. For me personally, I don't really care if there's a little bit of light staining. Marble has been around for thousands of years. There is beauty in imperfections, and I think if you're okay with things like that, thrifting your marble can be a really great way to save. As for the base, one little shortcut I like to do is just first, if I'm trying to cancel out any orange tones, again, just doesn't work with my current flooring and space. So I just like to first paint it with taupe paint. It could be spray paint. I just did chalk paint in this case, and then take a makeup brush with some antiquing wax and go over it, and you just get a more neutral brown tone that I think works well no matter what your flooring is. Something like this at Anthropologie would be a small fortune. So if you're on a really tight budget and you just want the look for less, I always recommend checking your thrift stores. So if you are somebody who really loves the wall decor and the wall art through Anthropologie, but you just couldn't spend, $200 on a picture of one bird, I think the best thing to do is screenshot those images that you really love on your phone and then go to the thrift store and just hunt for frames. It doesn't really matter what's in the frame because you can always just swap that out, or hunt for the artwork and then you can add a different frame, right? So just separating things in your mind so then that way they can work exactly how you want them to when you bring them into your space. And it's as simple as grabbing a thrifted frame and then doing a quick Etsy search based on an image that you've saved from Anthropologie, and you can get so incredibly close. For well under $10, you can definitely have a very Anthropologie inspired look if you're on a budget. But if you're not really into the Etsy idea, you can also just try to make your own artwork. I used to do this all the time. I would just print something out on my computer, then I would sit there with like a watercolor pad and just try to see how close I could get to the piece that I really wanted to purchase. And even if it's not perfect and you mess up, guess what? It's okay because it's only for you to see. So obviously I would prefer the one from Anthropologie, but I think for just a few dollars and maybe 30 minutes of my time, I get an overall similar look. Last but not least, let's talk about textiles. I know a lot of us maybe aren't totally comfortable with the idea of thrifting fabric and textiles, but my personal comfort level is if I can put it in my washing machine, I feel very comfortable bringing it home. And you can find name brand pieces, like this is a Ralph Lauren pillow cover for just a few dollars. I find Crate & Barrel, West Elm, Pottery Barn, but one of my favorite sections to go to, and this is really only at the Hartville Thrift Shop, they have a dedicated section to fabric because I think the ball's a lot more in your court and you can choose exactly what you want to make with that piece of fabric. This fabric here just really screams like an Anthropologie aesthetic. You could turn this into a pillow, reupholster an ottoman, wrap a lampshade, use it for wall decor. There's a lot of different ways that you could use this fabric. And the best part is it was just $1.50. In my last video, so many of you really enjoyed the capsule wardrobe gift idea, but you can also gift that to yourself, especially during the holidays. One thing that I find to be incredibly helpful is to separate clothing that I think I would like to wear for different holiday events over the course of the next several weeks. And you can thrift so much of that clothing. So for example, I found this red brand new with tags Opali dress. These dresses are usually over $100, but because it was so tight on the top, I just wanted to make the bottom different. So I also just found this red skirt, brand new with tags at the Goodwill bins. And I think this is just a really great example. You don't always need to go buy a new dress for Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. Try your thrift store first, and I think you'll be really surprised at what you can come up with. With all that being said, that really wraps it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always my goal in these thrift store challenge videos is just to remind you guys and show you different ways that you can still have a really beautiful space even if you are on a really tight budget. With all that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic week. I will see you guys back here next Sunday. Bye for now.